Hello and welcome to another devotional thought from Fairview Lutheran Church. Today we're going to look at a prophet that you may never have heard of. There's a quiz I put online last night about three prophets, Elijah, Elisha, and Micaiah. Which one of those was not threatened by Ahab? The answer is none of them. All of them were threatened by King Ahab and his wife Jezebel because they spoke the truth to the king about who he was and what he was doing and how he was leading the people of Israel astray. Micaiah happens to be there preaching and proclaiming God's word to Ahab toward the end of Ahab's life. And it's interesting that Micaiah is a prophet that we rarely know because what he says is really important about prophecy, about preaching God's word. Many people say that they preach God's word or that they're sharing God's word with people about future items and they are even called prophets. Unfortunately, many of them have their prophecies fall short of what they said it was going to do, and yet people still believe them and people still follow them. I don't know what God has in plan for tomorrow, for 5 days from now, for 10 days from now. He has not revealed that to me. I don't know what God has in plan for you in your life that I could suggest this is what God says to you and how you should live and go about your life. Not even of my own. What I do know is that God promises that he'll never leave us or forsake us. And that he has given us his word, the Holy Bible, to rely on, to lean on, to know how to live our lives for him and serve his people. But if someone is preaching to you about your future life, about what you will get or will have, and claim to be speaking from God, just know this. Just like with Micaiah. If their words fall short, then God was not speaking through them. Then you might want to question whether they are truly speaking on behalf of God at all. Micaiah, having been thrown into prison by King Ahab for his prophecy about what will happen at the battle, at Ahab's last battle, has these words to say about himself as a prophet, and I believe he can apply these to anyone who says they speak on behalf of God. In 1 Kings 22, verses 27 to 28, this is what the king says: "Put this fellow in prison and give him nothing but bread and water until I return safely." Micaiah declared, "If you ever return safely, the Lord has not spoken through me." Then he added, "Mark my words, all you people." Ahab never returned safely. Micaiah's prophecy from the Lord was true. May we look at God's word for our support and our encouragement and rely on his love to sustain us. May God bless your day.